All right, bro. Hey man, keeping up with Dead by Daylight. Now, as you know, Dead by Daylight fans over the weekend they had their 10th anniversary. And there's gonna have their event as well. Obviously, I reacted to Jason coming to Dead by Daylight. Obviously, this is gonna be the product of the 10th anniversary coming June 16th. Starting tomorrow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, I wanted to react to the live stream. Hold on, let me plug my laptop in. So I wanted to react to the live stream of them like celebrating the 10th anniversary and everything, but I don't know, it was 10 hours long and I was like, okay, I'm not reacting to that 10 hours video, you know what I'm saying? So I just came here to get basically the highlights of, everything they're talking about. So yeah, man, Dead by Daylight 10th anniversary seems like they got a lot packed, so let's get into it. Obviously, this like little epilogue, I'm gonna kind of skip this, decade flies, stuff like that. Going into it, the crowd outside. I'm guessing this is people if they went to the actual convention because I think the convention was in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So that was cool if you're actually able to make it out. Dead by Daylight, man, they got like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, so I'm saying they got a pretty big community. So it's cool if you made it out, man. It's just people repping their favorite characters, favorite killers. It's cool, pretty cool. Trying to get to like where they start talking about. Okay, here we go. So yeah, they're in Montreal. Okay, so there's a movie. I think I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Maybe my big bro told me about that. All right, shout out Big Bro too, because he gave me like the link and told me and gave me basically the link to IGN and everything that kept me up to date with this. I knew there was. I obviously knew there was a 10th anniversary stream, but I didn't know they had posted all this information online. All right, so the movie update. I guess one of the evening's biggest surprises came early in the form of an update for the upcoming Dead by Daylight movie. Behavior Vice President producer on the film, Stephen Mulrooney, welcomed fellow producer and Atomic Blumhouse founder Jason Blum to the stage to discuss the project's progress and their shared excitement about bringing Dead by Daylight to the big screen. Oh, wow, okay. The pair also took the opportunity to reveal that the director had officially been chosen to helm the project. Fans were introduced to Thordor Paulson, director of The Damned, who spoke about his connection to Dead by Daylight and offered some insight about what the world of the entity will look like through this lens. It was also revealed that the film will be pulling from multiple corners of the Dead by Daylight universe. It will include locations like Macmillan Estates and Greenville, while featuring a cast of characters that blend classic survivors with newer fan favorites and a killer who feels like they were made for the big screen. So I wonder how that movie's gonna be and who's the main killer. Are they gonna pull from also like the casting of Frank Stone, or are they just gonna leave that to be its own thing too? Um, because I know because the casting of Frank Stone, it's like in the DVD universe, and it's kind of like its own thing too, its own game, right? And I think they talk about more about that too. I'm kind of interested. I didn't know they were doing a movie. I think Big Brother might have told about it, probably slipped my mind, but I'm interested to see like who the main killer is going to be, what the survivor is going to be like, stuff like that. And then okay, we got a new survivor coming. New survivor Shane Wigwas. Following the release of Jason on June 16th, the team also announced the release of a new original survivor on June 25th as part of a chapter titled Dead by Daylight: The Life Road. And I don't even know an Anishinaabe and I don't even know what that word is. An Anishinaabe defense attorney who search for answers leads him to the fog. Shane will become the game's first indigenous survivor. He arrives with a trio of new perks designed to support and protect his fellow survivors. Like I said, if I fuck with the perks, I might swipe. If I like his perks enough, I might swipe because I didn't like I said I didn't even fall for Walking Dead because I didn't like the perks enough on the characters. But if I like his perks enough, and I'm thinking they're gonna do him good because he's the 10th anniversary. He's supposed to be like Jason's. Well, I mean they're probably gonna do like camp counselors and stuff like that for Jason's. But he's coming with Jason, and he's gonna be like a big. I mean, on June 16th, he's gonna be like the big Survivor release. I'm guessing. So his perks gotta be decent, gotta be good. I don't know. We'll see. But hey, that's hype too. The Life Road, Shane Jigwas. All right, bruh. Course of Sin Really Evil, Dead by Daylight's first ever community created chat. I don't pay attention to like the chapters and all that stuff. Now they're pretty cool with like the information they have in them, but I don't really do pay attention to like all the chapters and stuff like that. The casting of Frank Stone chapter. Fans of the casting of Frank Stone were also okay. Yes. This is what I was talking about earlier. We're treated a surprise announcement. The team revealed that Stone's story will continue in Dead by Daylight as its own full chapter, arriving in March 2027. Those specifics are still being kept under wraps. Players can look forward to more details as Frank Stone's arrival and the fog creeps ever closer. So are they bringing him to like the Dead by Daylight game then? Is that what they actually are? I mean, because if you play, I don't want to spoil, but if you play the classic thing of Frank Stone, there's no like really. It kind of leads into Dead by Daylight. There's no like really part two to that. So are they like is he coming to Dead by Daylight itself? And are they? I mean, I guess they absolutely can't make a casting of Frank Stone too, but okay, I guess that's what that means. I mean, sick. I mean, it's weird because I don't know. They already made a game out of it. This was a lot of hype too. I was hyped about this too because I was seeing it. Let's go to the mall. Yes, I'm pretty hyped about the mall. I wonder how big they're gonna make it. The anniversary broadcast also unveiled a brand new map heading into the entity's realm in year 11. The mall. Okay, so this won't be probably till 2027. It says year 11. The mall. Equal parts nostalgic, comforting, and unsettling, this sprawling retail hub will seek to transform a familiar location into a liminal nightmare, filled with strange shops, long empty hallways, and plenty of the places for killers and survivors to come to face to face in unique ways. Okay, so that's gonna be 2027. But I'm still hyped, bro. Like, are they gonna do? I'm hoping they do like a big mall. Can you run up the stairs? Are they gonna have an elevator? How's that gonna work? You know what would be cool too? But I guess it'd probably be doing too. Maybe it'd be doing too much because you make the game harder for survivors, or maybe not. If they made the map like the mall, if they made it more interactive, like in COD, right? How you used to turn on the power and stuff like that. Then like elevators, you could do stuff. You could activate perks. You could do more stuff. They probably won't because I feel like it could probably change the game too much. At least when they first did it. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. But make the map more interactive like that, like Call of Duty did. You know what I'm saying? If you turn on the power, then you can use the elevators in the mall. You know what I'm saying? You can go up and down, make transportation tolerant. You can get away from the killer. You know what I'm saying? But then again, they got to even it out for the killer if they're able to do all that too. So I don't know. But it's just an idea, just thinking to be honest about making the game better, make it more interactive. So okay, wow, they even got like little back rooms and stuff. Are you gonna be able to hide like in stores and stuff, or certain store, like department stores, anchor stores? You know, to go in there. Is that making the game too big? I don't know, because I worked in a mall, bro. So I'm like kind of excited to see how they do this. You know, are there gonna be corridors? Because corridor like there's like in the back of the stores, there's like corridors and stuff like that. They can make the map really good, a really big map if they wanted to, really big one and good one. Yeah, like okay, I'm seeing the stores, but it looks like the doors are closed off, so maybe you can't go into the stores. I don't know. It'd be cool though if you could like turn on the power and then open like be able to go in the stores. I don't know. It'd be cool if they made, like I said, it'd be cool if they made it more interactive. To be honest. All right, the Black Banquet. I wanted to talk. I was wondering about this too because I've seen it obviously playing WD. The end of the Twisted Masquerades marks the beginning of a new tradition in the fog. The Black Banquet is taken over as Dead by Daylight's new anniversary event. As the name would suggest, food plays a major role this time out. Players will be challenged. Players will be challenged to gather ingredients, build a twisted feast, and unleash powerful modifiers that affect the trial. A deliciously devious way to celebrate 10 years of Dead by Daylight beginning June 25th. Okay, so the event's gonna be so they're gonna give you time to play with Jason, right? Then the event's gonna begin. So how's that gonna look during gameplay though? Like, are you gonna like is food gonna be scattered throughout the map and then you have to go and gather the food, or okay, I'm curious about how that because they don't really explain it either. They just say to gather ingredients, build the twisted. So, but is that gonna be like is that like a challenge though? Like, is that during the game, or is that gonna be like you have to acquire food eventually? And like, I don't know. Okay, I wonder how that's gonna work out. I gotta see. And I'm guessing they're gonna like put little special costumes and stuff like that too for the in-game event as well. Upcoming collections. What's an anniversary without a look at Dead by Daylight's upcoming slate of cosmetics? The team showcased an amazing lineup blending original creations, community design outfits, music collabs, and some surprise fan favorite franchises. Upcoming collections and outfits included. Okay, so that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool that you're like kind of adding a community made costume and stuff like that to the actual game. And I don't know, it's cool. Cool, you guys like listen to your community like that. The Sunflesh Collection, a new desert-inspired collection arriving with one of its next rifts. A new wave of community-created outfits designed in collaboration with players, which I think is dope. That's cool that they did that. An Iron Maiden Eddie legendary outfit for the Huntress. I don't really use her, so I don't really play Killer, so that's kind of I don't really care about that. An Ice Nine Kills collection arriving on June 16th, alongside the world premiere of a brand new Dead by Daylight themed music video from the brand. Oh wow, okay. An expansion for the Walking Dead collection featuring Glenn and Negan as legendary outfits for Rick. That's sick as hell. And okay, I know some people, and this is a fun fact. I've seen this around media is that millions and millions of people stopped watching Walking Dead when Glenn died because he was that big of like an impact, and people liked him that much. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of people swipe, or maybe if they make his perks good too. I'll probably pick him up. Negan, they're probably gonna make it. Is Negan gonna be a kill? Yeah, okay. They're saying for Rick, so for Rick, he's gonna be a skin. So I wonder what their perks can be like. Negan might. I'm guessing he's gonna have OP perks if he's gonna be a survivor. Negan should have OP perks as a survivor, in my opinion. Because I thought you could damn near make Negan a killer if you ask me. But he should have OP perks. Again, if I like their perks, I'll probably swipe for him. If I don't, New Silent Hill. I'm not really a big Silent Hill fan, but I know a lot of people are, like early horror, like early 2000s people, a lot of like that. You know, I grew up, I watched it, but I don't know, wasn't a big fan of it. New Silent Hill cosmetics inspired by Silent Hill. F and their iconic bubblehead nurse. A Diablo connection set to bring new demonic forces to Fog's October. Not really a fan of Diablo. The long-awaited Scooby-Doo collection, one of the community's most requested collaborations, arriving later this year. Okay, now that I'm kind of hyped for Scooby-Doo. That I might swipe for just because I grew up watching Scooby-Doo, and I can see a lot of people too. I wonder what they're gonna do with it. Obviously, because they could add a lot of killers. Who are they gonna add as a killer? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're gonna do Daphne, Shaggy. They're probably not gonna be put Scooby in the game. Maybe they put him in like the game as like a special like side kill. Like I don't know, like a cosmetic almost like he's by your side type shit. But I couldn't see Scooby Doo becoming an actual character. But that'd be dope. I mean, that'd be cool if they could put him as like as by your side. But I'm excited too for the Scooby Doo characters to see how they make them again with the perks they give them, and also what killer they're gonna put in. Because I wonder what monster they're gonna put as like the main to come out with, and how they're gonna drop it. Are they gonna release like obviously they're not gonna release all five like Scooby, Daphne, I mean Shaggy, Daphne, Freddy, Velma. They're not gonna release them all at once. They're gonna probably like drop them one by one or you know one or two characters at once, and then probably come back a year later or two. So I wonder how that's gonna work out. But I'm hyped for that. Hyped for that. Depending on how they see the characters and what they do with them. Yeah, Diablo, Scooby Doo. Yeah, the future. And I want to pay attention to this too. The future of Dead by Daylight. One of the show's most anticipated segments pulled back the curtain on what the team is cooking for the next 10 years of Dead by Daylight, paving the way for a very foggy future. Yo, let's go. Instead of starting over with a much speculated sequel, Big bro, I told you, brother, not making it number 2. They're keeping with it. The game will be doubling down on evolving its current foundation, created alongside the community over the past decade. Now though, let me drink some water. Now, so, me and Big Bro talk about this. That's why, because Big Bro says that it'd be cool to have a Dead by Daylight 2 because he wants new mechanics, you know, updated this, updated that. So that the fact that they're saying right here that they're doubling down. Yes, the game will be doubling. It literally says that they're doubling down on its current foundation. So are they going to eventually? Because eventually they're going to have to add new. In my opinion, if you're not going to release number 2, you're going to have to eventually bring something game changing. You know what I'm saying, to keep people coming. 2v8 for now. You know what I'm saying. Obviously, you have 2v8 coming. That'll bring a lot. That brings a lot of traffic to the game. Obviously. But it's like eventually, if you're not going to come out with the Dead by Daylight 2, and I kind of agree with Big Bro, you got to bring in new mechanics. You got to bring in something different. You got, you know, if you're going to stay with the same game for 10 years, you know, and you're planning to stay with the next 10 years, you know, by then the game's going to be 20 years old. Can you, I mean, maybe I'm kind of ignorant here, but what game has gone 20 years old without like a part 2? You know what I'm saying? Or unless it was like updated to a point where it's like the game has changed so far from what it came from. So I just wanted to address that as like I'm curious to see what they're gonna do within the next 10 years to kind of keep it relevant. Because like I said, 2v8 for now was like the thing bringing it. You know, in my opinion, yes, 10th anniversary, yes, right now, and Jason, yeah, they keep okay. They can keep bringing like if they keep bringing mad killers, obviously you know the people who are a fan of that killer are gonna come play the game. But I'm saying the big thing, like a big event, is 2v8. A lot of people come and play for that. So I don't know. Dead by Daylight boldly unveiled the most significant initiative in the game's history, including a massive visual overhaul targeted for 2027. Okay, so this is what they're okay. Featuring upgraded character models, more expressive facial animations, enhanced environments, dynamic weather, improved audio, voice lines for all original characters, and a deeper entity presence. What does that mean? What does that mean though? What a deeper entity presence. The update promises to make every trial more visceral and atmospheric than ever before. In a huge surprise to fans, it was also announced that a curated modding is coming to Dead by Daylight. Players will be handed a full suite of modding tools, along with the opportunity to create and share their own maps, modes, and everything in between within the community. The crowd also got an early look at new 1v1 mode and a prototype zombie mode as the team teased a slew of exciting new game modes currently being explored. Okay, so I guess I kind of yapped. Let me finish reading this. Look out for an upcoming live stream dedicated to diving deeper on all these topics in the very near future. Okay, so let me go back to this. Okay, so this is I should have continue reading. So this is what they're changing. Okay, so they're getting updated massive visual. So basically updated graphics, updated looks. So they're telling you, right, this is probably what they look like now, and that's crazy, right? Because it's like when you play the game, it doesn't look that bad, but you know it can look better, and that's crazy because we're already on PS5. So it's saying that it's gonna get updated. I'm more excited for this third part, but I just want to say, okay, they're updated character models, more expressive face animations, enhanced environment. So obviously, like the mall, the maps are gonna look better. Everything's gonna look more detailed. This is what I'm talking about. If we're gonna keep a game, if you're gonna keep the game going, and not gonna have a number two. You got to do things like this to keep it relevant. Because now I'm okay. Now I'm more on board. Dynamic weather, okay. Improved audio, and I already think and it's crazy because I already think the audio is good, bro. Like when someone gets and when you're wearing a headset, bro, and someone gets hooked and they scream, it sounds like that shit sounds real, and it sounds like it's like right in your ear. So that's crazy. It's gonna get better. Characters deep. I don't know what the deeper entity presence means, but yeah, they're gonna need, if you're not making a part two, you're gonna need to do stuff like this. The third part is what I'm excited most about. And this is okay. This is what's gonna bring people, because if you give people a chance to make their own game modes, and then it's gonna be somewhat like Fortnite, right? What Fortnite started out as. Fortnite started out as a default, like, squads. Then they would mess around with different game modes, kind of like Dead by Daylight does. But now they're literally giving you the tools to make your own game modes, and then eventually they're probably, let me see, in here, mine's gonna have along with the opportunity to create and share their own maps, and create and share their own maps, modes, and everything in between within the community, so that you can create your own game modes and share them within the community, right? So that's and then you're gonna, kind of like Fortnite, the community's gonna introduce different game modes. The community's gonna say, hey, these are the game modes that we want to see, or this is the game modes that I thought were pretty cool, and everybody else gonna put it in the game. Okay, I'm down with that, bro. Like I said, kind of like Fortnite, where you have nowadays you have all these different game modes and stuff like that. But it started off as like, I think it was duos, squads, or single, duos, and squads, and that was it. Then they started experimenting with the different game modes. So this is cool. This is pretty cool right here. And then again, like I was saying, this is gonna be, if they're not making another a Dead by Daylight 2, this has got to be something they're bringing too, because this changes the game, and now you never know, you might like what someone else makes. So I'm kind of excited to see what the community makes as well. I really am. And maybe so does this mean that I get the opportunity too? Yes, a curated modding is coming to Dead by Daylight. So I will get the opportunity to make game. You know what I'm saying? We'll all get the opportunity to make game modes. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, terrifying finale. Finally, as has become Dead by Daylight and Anniversary tradition, the show made sure to wrap with one last shot of reveal. Capping things off, David Howard III made a dramatic entrance in full art. The clown makeup and costume to announce silently, of course, the Terrified is officially coming to Dead by Daylight. The Terrifier. We hope you blast the cat. We hope you had a blast catch up on everything announced during our 10th anniversary broadcast. Keep an eye out for more info on every reveal in the coming days and months as we officially embark the next 10 years of Dead by Daylight. They're for real, they're for real, like double. Okay, so they're hoping to keep this till 2036 at least. I have another source. We're gonna come back to this. I have another source that's just saying like what it's gonna do, what the character, or like at least the concept of the characters are gonna look like. The Black Banquet, we talked about that. I just want to set the Metal Collection. Iron Maiden, I guess I didn't see him. In celebration of Iron Maiden's 50th anniversary, a new Eddie Legendary outfit will launch, the Huntress. Okay, so this is the costume for the Huntress. I'm not a big fan of Iron Maiden, so I don't really know what that is, but yeah. Ice Nine Kills for people. This is what he's gonna look like for people that wanted to see. This is a video, bro. Okay, and this is like the character updates, I'm guessing too. That's sick. Okay, little sweaters. They're gonna be like a shirt. Okay, it's gonna be a whole shirt for it. Then this is gonna be killer. Here's Glenn, my boy Glenn. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Walking Dead people liked him while Walking Dead. Do they got Negan? No, they don't got Negan. Okay, but they're saying expected to come in August. The Walking Dead collection will add Glenn and Negan as legendary fights for Rick. Glenn is expected to come in August, with Negan dropping in sometime 27th. Okay, so Negan's coming Glenn's coming first, then Negan. Cool. So at least we're getting Glenn this year, right? At least we're getting another Walking Dead collaboration, and we're getting Glenn in 2026. I might have to. Hey, I might swipe. Silent Hill. I don't know if it talked about Silent Hill. I know I did. It did. It did. That's right. I said I wasn't a big Silent Hill fan. For me, you know what I'm saying? This was going to be. I wonder if it's going to show. It doesn't show which specific. I mean them, but I don't know if it's like the actual. If that's who we're going to get or not. All right. Legendary will transform her into for Cheryl. Okay, Shimizu. Silent Hill horror game. Konami Dish. Spirit also get to the, okay. It's above that nurse. And then I don't know if this is true. If this is the, I mean, I'd buy it because it's the Scooby Doo. Like, but I mean, they can't put Scooby in the game himself. I mean, so if you want, if people, I mean, I'd rock with that. I'd probably get it just because Scooby Doo collab. If that's what they're put in. Scooby Doo answering years of fans' requests, and this should have been way sooner, in my opinion. Scooby Doo should have been one of the first collabs they ever did. When the host by Scooby Doo. Okay, so this is the El Diablo character. Again, I never got on the whole Diablo. I never played that game, so I'm just Scooby Doo looks pretty cool though. I could rock with Scooby Doo. And then I think that's all it talks about here for this article. So yeah, that's it for that. So I want to go back to this one, bro. Just give it a wrap up. So yeah, I think it's cool. I'm most yes the collabs and everything, but honestly, I'm more excited because they do. You know what I'm saying? We've had the collabs. We got Jason coming. They got collabs and collabs and collabs coming. So I'm excited for that. But I'm more excited about this modding. This modding mode they're talking about, where you can create game modes and give. I don't know. Create. You're changing the game. You're finding this besides 2v8. This is what I was talking about that needs to happen. In order to bring like traffic to the game. So I'm looking forward to creating hella game modes, man, and you know sharing my big bro or you know sharing with other players. You know throwing into this community they're talking about and yeah. So all right, man. I've Dead by Daylight 10th anniversary. They're not making it. They're not making a part 2. It's confirmed. They're hoping to keep the next 10 years, so at least going at least until 2036, bro. I'm pretty hyped, man. You got new updates, like I said, collabs on collabs. New characters coming, new skins for you know killers and stuff like that. It's gonna be a crazy summer, man. Also, don't forget to claim the 10 million blood points by tomorrow, June 16th, I believe. They're giving it away. So yeah, man. I said. I got you some glaze. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's gonna do it. Peace.